Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I have my update for my Harry Potter project pan. This is a project I created and it is inspired by the world of Harry Potter. So I have a long list of prompts that I will have linked in my description based on different people, items, stuff like that from the world of Harry Potter, and it corresponds to a prompt, and I am randomly rolling in 5 prompts at a time and working on those, setting different usage goals, pan goals, finish goals. The goals can be whatever you would like. If you want more information, I will have my playlist linked down below and you can check out my intro. I talk more about it in that video. But we will go through each of the products that I had in for this round and I will talk about their progress. Alright, the first prompt that was rolled in was divination, and this is a product you plan to repurchase in the future. So I had rolled in my Neutrogena Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and I set the goal to finish this one. So I have been working on this since the start of this project, and this past month I reached for it a total of 13 times. And that makes for a total of 34 uses within this project. So it is not yet finished. We are definitely getting closer. I feel like hopefully by next month I'll be able to roll it out. As of right now, this one is going to be staying in since I have not quite yet completed that goal. Next, we had rolled in the prompt Gryffindor, which was a product based on the house. So I pulled out my Ulta Gryffindor palette, and my goal was to use this palette 5 times. So I didn't have a specific shade or anything I was reaching for. This has now been in for 2 months, and I have only reached for it 3 times total. I am feeling so bad about my progress on this one. I only have 2 more uses, and I really feel like I could have gotten there, but I just didn't yet. So this one, again, is going to be staying in. It's not that I dislike this palette or anything. I actually do really enjoy it. I just honestly have been forgetting to reach for it. I have a lot of different eyeshadows in different projects that are kind of more important to me than this one, I would say. This one is just kind of a little filler project. So I just really wasn't reaching for this one a ton, but I do still love this palette, and I will get those last 2 uses to be able to roll this out. Alright, then these next 3 prompts rolled in last month. So the first one is Hufflepuff, which again is a product based on the house. So I had pulled out my ColourPop Back to Hogwarts palette, and I wanted to use the shade Hufflepuff 5 times. When I was getting ready to film this video, I really thought I had met this goal already, and that was why I was ready to film. I've only used this one 4 times, so I do still have 1 more use on it, so I will be keeping this one in until I get that use. I really love this shade. I just honestly had already thought I had used it the 5 times, but not quite yet. So 1 more use on this guy and it will be rolling out. That'll be super easy to do. This is a really fun shade. It wasn't one that I had reached for a ton in this palette to begin with, but I do love yellow eyeshadow and I think this one's super pretty. So it's been fun to pull this one out a few more times than I would have. Alright, next we had the prompt Phoenix, which is a fiery product. So I rolled in my I Heart Revolution Moana palette, and the shade I was reaching for was actually one of the highlighters. So I rolled in Follow the Stars, this orangey sort of highlight shade. I did end up using this as more of a blush shade, so my goal was to use it 5 times, and I did hit that goal, so this one will be rolling out. I did enjoy this one as a blush. It went on the skin nicely. It was a little lighter than I would typically go for, but I'm also not a blush person. I just haven't really figured out how to make it look that good. I feel like it doesn't really look that good on me. So having a lighter shade as blush was kind of perfect for me, just because I knew I wouldn't really go too overboard with it. And so I did really enjoy this one. The color itself also isn't a shade I would normally reach for blush with the orangey tone, but it was pretty and I did enjoy using it the 5 times. Alright, then the last prompt in was Buckbeak, and this was a temperamental product, and I had chosen my NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is a little kind of sample of it, and my goal was to use it 3 times. I had rolled this one in because I am not someone who reaches for primer a ton. I feel like sometimes it works for me and sometimes it just kind of makes my makeup look cakey or something, and I have just kind of struggled with primer since I started doing my makeup. I am sure it's probably something I'm doing just because I'm not super familiar with the product, but I had rolled this in and I had set the goal to use it 3 times just because I wanted to test it out a little bit, and I did use it those 3 times, and I feel like my makeup turned out good. I didn't really notice a difference too much between using primer and not using primer, so I'm not really sure if primer is completely my thing. I know it probably should be just because it helps just create a base for your face makeup to go on, but I just don't really enjoy it that much, so if you guys have any tips for me, let me know. But this one will be rolling out. Like I said, it was a fine product. I used it, but I honestly didn't really notice too much of a difference to when I wasn't using it. So it is one that I guess I will have to continue to test out here and there, but as for this product, it will be rolling out. Alright, so we are only going to be rolling in 2 prompts. So I have my wheel pulled up here, and I can pull in any of these prompts. Prompts can be repeated as long as I'm picking a new product or goal to work on. So I will just go ahead and roll in 2 of these. So Azkaban is a product on the chopping block. And Chocolate Frog is a brown product. So I'm gonna go find some products and be right back. Alright, I have my products picked out here. So the first prompt was Azkaban, which is a product on the chopping block, and this one was a little bit difficult for me to choose, but I ended up going with my Wet n Wild Rose in the Air palette. So this is a palette that I haven't really been focusing on. I've kind of rolled it out of my spreadsheets and stuff for paying those eyeshadows. So I was a little unsure if I wanted to roll in another eyeshadow, but I figured this would be a good opportunity for me to hit my last goal with this palette. So as you can see, I have 9 out of 10 shades in this palette panned, and I want to set the goal to hit pan on this last shade in here. That is my goal before I end up just decluttering this palette. It's not one I'm reaching for a ton anymore. I have the ABH Modern Renaissance, which this palette is a dupe for, so this one just hasn't really been getting a ton of use from me, especially when I have other palettes in my collection that don't have any pans, and I would like to focus on those ones, so I just haven't been reaching for this one a ton. Like I said, I'm a little nervous about rolling in another eyeshadow, especially with the goal to hit pan on it, but I'm just going to slowly work my way through this one. Hopefully it won't take me super long to do. I'm hoping like around 15, 20 uses, but we will have to just wait and see. This one might be a little slow going since this project isn't my #1 priority, but I am excited to get that last pan in this palette, and I think this project will be a good motivator to do so. And then the second and last prompt that rolled in was Chocolate Frog, which is a brown product, and I wanted to pull out one of my lipsticks. So I haven't really been reaching for lipstick a ton lately. Usually if I'm doing lips, it's going to be a gloss, but I really want to get use out of all of my lip products, and this project is a great way to do that. So this is from Wet n Wild. I think this packaging is so cute, and this is the shade Bear It All. So here is what this one looks like. It's just kind of a neutral brown lipstick, a little bit of a pinky undertone to it. I think it's super pretty. I had an older version of this lipstick and used that to death, and so I had bought this new one and then just really wasn't using it as much. I kind of stopped wearing lip products, so my goal is going to be to use this one 5 times, and that should be pretty doable, and hopefully I will get some nice little usage on this product and just retest it out and re-fall in love with it. So these are the 5 products that will be in for this next round. 3 eyeshadow palettes, which is a little daunting, but this one only has 1 more use, this one only has 2, so should be pretty easy for me to get at least those couple rolled out. So let me know what you guys thought of this project. What goals do you think I will be able to hit by next month? Again, if you are interested in joining, I will have my prompt list linked down below, and just let me know if you guys are joining. I would love to check your projects out. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And with all of that said, I will see you in my next video. Bye!